olukiiko olwo okulaba nti Uganda Law Society eweewo obuyinza ku Uganda Law Society Act enyingira mu nsonga zino nga bwebadde ejja olwanagana n'ensonga zino okumala ebbanga okulaba nti olugendo lutulugusa olw'okuteekawo embeera ey'obweka. General Court Martial between Mr. President teriyo environment yonna kuba embeera eyo yakisiganagwa yakutwaliriza olekere Dr. Besigye ne munne kubanga emisango gye baba bakuddeko singa gibaka mu ddi tekalikaako kyakubatwala kalata. So bwe tulaba ebigenda maaso buli application konna tukuteekayo buli nsonga yonna gyetuteekayo bagikasuka mu kaseera Kkooti ne banne bonna chairman ne banne batutunuulira nga ffe abatalina mugaso. Ensonga zonna zetuteekayo ez'amateeka zisiimuuba busiimuuba. Kati kyatuuse ensonga zaalinye emikanda bwe gwabijja bagenda nga ero likiiza munnaffe bamukutte bamuyisango ekyoziira ne batabale namuwozesa naye nga bamuteeka mu komera ekitabya mala emyezi mwenda nga ate teekera pdf nga tawozesa kakati waliwo embeera y'okutiisatiisa amagolo nga okusooka twalibaloya 42 kati otutuukidde wano tusigadde 23 nga ttiimu y'abaloya abamu batiisiddwa abalala bakuuye nebagamba ebyo byajjera Court Martial tebigasa. Mr. President nze njogerera ba senior lawyers bangi nnyo nga bagamba eyo tekukyali mujjadde Court Martial. Mr. President nange kali kwabo abaali bateekeza decision nati mujjadde Court Martial sikyali naye kati kino wekyatubolugula katugende tuteekawo olutalo olulaba nkuwabirawo kisooka kiza ero kiza wambangalema yali akolamulimoekamo era watamuleekamuso okusaba kwaffe wavuga nti Law Society ejjo n'ag'omubuto okulaba nga tujja muganda waffe ero kiza kitabya ekyokubiri sembayo kwe kulaba nti Mr. President buli kyonna ekisoboka tukikola nga radical nyumba okugamba nti ekimala kino nti enough is enough. General Court Martial teri wakuuma amateeka teri wakuuma ssemateeka naye kati yo kyekola eragira ddala nti yo ssemateeka tayikola obuwaayo bwonna bwe tusayitinze olulwe ssemateeka esuula bakwata lukwasi pdf ne regulations zaabwe ssemateeka tabakwata tewali nnyingo ya ssemateeka neyomugira kwata bo ssemateeka bamufuula ngaekikola. So tugamba nti buvunaanyizibwa bwaffe nga balawolya tubakusaba radical nyumba kugamba nti tukube bemeeza okulaba nga wabeerawo enkanya wabeerawo enkola entuufu eri mu ssemateeka okulaba nti General Court Martial ekomya yekola kubanga ffe kyetugamba era kyetulemeddeku Mr. President ba civilians oba abantu babulijjo balekerawo okutwalibwa mu General Court Martial. So awo kiba kisoboka okuba emmeeza okulaba nga ba civilians abantu babulijjo tebaddamu okutwalibwa mu General Court Martial. So bwe butalo Ssemakadde okusaba Uganda Law Society okukolera
We have never done. Okay, now maybe I was educated by the legal project that they deal with the picking up the pieces of the disarmament campaign. So, for the sake of Karamoja at least, please, the Supreme Court, you must act with urgency and some humanity to deliver this long overdue judgment in Attorney General versus Michael Kawaziguru. You may hate Besigye and you may hate Okwago. That's okay. You may hate Makarua. That's okay. But those kids in Karamoja, they're children. They're just children. They're just children. They have never been to Kampala except to see the court martial. Except to see the court martial. Did not wait for you. She waited, and 4 years was enough. Was enough. She took matters into her own hands. She invoked her own agency. And many others. So we urge the Supreme Court, for the sake of Karamoja at least, which has the most number of victims, they are in tens of thousands presently. If we count the cost of 2,000, because these things, they call it what? These expeditions began in 2002. Dr. Onoria wrote a report on it, I remember. Disarmament, they call it. Disarmament campaigns. They began in Karamoja. We have never done. Okay, now maybe I was educated by the legal project that they deal with the picking up the pieces of the disarmament campaign. So, for the sake of Karamoja at least, please, the Supreme Court, you must act with urgency and some humanity to deliver this long overdue judgment in Attorney General versus Michael Kawaziguru. You may hate Besigye and you may hate Okwago. That's okay. You may hate Makarua. That's okay. But those kids in Karamoja, they're children. They're just children. They're just children. They have never been to Kampala except to see the court martial. Except to see the court martial. And the person who should be protecting them, their own, sits back and watches. I received numerous calls from people I didn't know. When I was on sick leave, telling me, don't they apologize. We are defending you. We are telling her, my name is so and so. I am her nephew. I am her niece. What did she do? Don't they apologize? If you they apologize, you are a hero in Karamoja. They were telling me, absolutely strangers. We have a crisis in Karamoja, and it is wrapped up in Kawaziguru. I hope I have educated a little bit about the data the society has, which has received the petition. Your petition comes from even a position of privilege. It can be written. But for the Karamajones, we have to pick intelligence and data from conducting retreats with our staff and ask them what were you able to do. And they say we're moving. Step out of the prison you're in. If the Supreme Court has become a prison, step out of it. We are here to protect you. There's an international community of justices and jurists to protect you. Every justice we have mentioned, you have a duty to tell us that for you you're ready. We don't care which way you rule. We just want your judgment. Yesterday, please, we call upon you to find time as a quorum or as the Supreme Court. Find time for another retreat between January 20th and the 31st of January this year to put a stop to this culpable delay and fix a historical wrong that has undermined the legitimacy of our judiciary and the entire legal system. Why should the General Court Martial reconvene on the 3rd of February? Yeah. When the judges will begin yet another retreat. Without having to seek guidance of the Supreme Court, what will they be retreating about? Who will they be retreating as? Because if you don't do justice, why do you accept the title? Colleagues, that's the end of my speech. Cases, what I call post-Kaihura cases. After the reign of terror of Kaihura, the Constitutional Court had a change of mind. The warnings that lawyers had made immediately after passing of the Act, there was now a body of evidence. And here we must thank Makerere University, especially Dr. Narwayo, who insisted on collecting the data at the General Court Martial, getting data from the General Court Martial. It has been his lifetime work to create a body of evidence that the General Court Martial is not a fit and proper place for civilians. He is now the principal of the School of Law. Previously, he had done this work through the auspices of the Human Rights and Peace Center. It wasn't the Law Society collecting this work, this data. Our members have tried, but our data is scattered in various habeas corpus applications like there was. At least Landslas Wakafuzi took the matter to the highest court. Most people stop at the High Court. After all, these are the poorest of the poor. Poor that we deal with. Other people can call. They have someone to call. Somebody is missing. So, on December 15, on the 15th of December 2022, sorry, that's a year after the Kawazinuka decision, another decision which had been gathering dust in the Constitutional Court for 7 years was decided. Its name is Constitutional Petition number 44 of 2015, Captain Emon Biarugawa and 169 others locked in the General Court Martial. These are civilians when they have served sentences in excess of 17 years. They are saying still we are here, there is no other chance for us to get out of this system except a constitutional interpretation. That interpretation came after 7 years. Most of them had left, had served sentences and left. Some are still there, although their sentences are completed. You know this.